And this is my aunt and uncle, Gus and Lillian Schrader. So Gus's father, Frank, was the people in our family who made Templeton Rye. But they've been huge supporters of what we're doing, and it's nice to have you guys here.
Cool.
So,
Hey!
here's how I tell the story, and you correct me, okay? Our family was from Arcadia, Iowa. So Carroll County is about 99% Catholic, and our family is Catholic. And my family moved to Oldeybold, Iowa, which is about 99% Lutheran. And there was a long lane coming up to the home. So A, it was secluded, and B, they thought no one would socialize with the Catholics in town, so they decided to put a still on our property. Is that correct?
That's very correct. It was Methodist, Presbyterian,
Holy Ghost. Okay. So you chime in with any stories when you want to, but okay, I won't be on the spot. So this is our warehouse, and you know, even though we're a small operation, there's a lot of moving parts, and our glass comes from France, and our corks come from Portugal, and we have boxes and all these different things. We also store finished product here. So Keith probably got into this, but way back when it was Merle and Keith and I, we never really expected to have a presence here in Templeton. We had a distillation partner that we worked with, and Merle and Keith went out and worked with those guys to figure out how to make the product. And then we were going to have it bottled elsewhere and all this. But as time went on and I moved back to Iowa, we thought, well, we should have a presence here. Keith, we're both small-town Iowa guys from western Iowa. And so we built that initiative. The first room you guys were in way back in 2005. So we first started distilling here in Templeton in 2005. So these barrels are just getting to the point where we can get an accurate kind of evaluation of them. And the way we're looking at it is, if they're kind of within one standard deviation of the current product we have, we will marry them. If they're not, we'll probably end up aging these for 10 years or 12 years and releasing them as a special, very high dollar Templeton Rye homebrew. Because, I don't know, some of you may know this, probably not many, but the liquor industry is just, there's hundreds of stories of products who have started to screw around with the liquid that was in their bottle, and they took a nosedive and died. So you never want to screw around with the actual quality of the spirit that you have in the bottle. So anyway, I'm going to show you. This is what a barrel looks like on the inside, and you can see here how far that whiskey penetrates into the barrel over time. So these are 53-gallon charred oak barrels that when we open them up after 4 or 5 years, there's typically only 50, 49 gallons left in them. So you lose 10% or 8%, whatever, to evaporation over time, which in the industry they call that the angel share.
Do they spray those with something before they burn those to get that wood hot enough to burn inside, not the outside?
I do not know the answer to that. First person that stumped me all day. I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't think so.
You should get a bottle for that.
A full bottle.
So we'll walk in and see. You want to tell me stories, guys? Tell the hijack. Ray Briscoe.
Oh, okay. Ray Briscoe was our front man. Every night, about 2:30, he'd be coming into the place. Dad would get up, go with them up to the converted hog barn, and we had it all lined with, you younger people would know what construction paper is, but that was what we had for insulation in those days to keep it halfway warm. And Ray would come up, stop the house, pick that up, they'd go, he'd either have 8 sacks of 100-pound sacks of sugar, 8 100-pound sacks of rye, or he had a yeast and a few other incidentals, and then kegs. Of course, the kegs, he'd put in as many as he could possibly have because it wasn't too much weight. They'd unload that, and then they'd load up 8 kegs of whiskey. That was stored in Dad's cattle shed. One time we had 220 10-gallon kegs stored in the north side of our cattle shed, right adjacent to the hog barn. And that was, 4 months. We hardly ever left anything get out of there before 4 months old. Then you go those 8 kegs, take off and go down to Omaha. They get loaded on a semi, go to Chicago to Al Capone. And listen, this is no BS, this is facts. Al Capone was the guy that got the booze. And one trip on the way down to Omaha, he had a brand new Chevy, 1934 Chevy. And on the way down South Missouri Valley, he got hijacked. He couldn't outrun him. He knew they was after him, but he couldn't outrun him. So they never hurt him or nothing, left his car intact, just took the 8 kegs that was in the back, took off. He come home that afternoon and bought a brand new Ford V8. They just, they were fast. He never got hijacked.